Yo, Canada, it's Amy Suzanne. Back on this damn camera again, because what I said last time, it's still eating at me. I can't shake it. It's sad, it's tragic, and it's sitting heavy on my soul, because I feel for y'all. Deep, real deep. This nation, these people, you're in my heart, and I gotta expound on this because it's too damn important to let slide. So listen up. This is your French and English DNA and word slinging. Born in Canada girl, the one and only girl from the D, coming at you live. No filter, no mercy, because y'all need a damn wake-up call. Let's talk about that big bad freedom convoy y'all keep bragging about, horns blaring, trucks rolling, fists in the air, making Trudeau and his gov clowns and media think Ike you was gonna burn Ottawa to the ground and start fresh. Yeah, it was loud, it was bold. Vinny and I were both there, walking around with the people, conversing with the Chad. And my man Vinny walking around escorting Viva,
he had
Ro,
the most
Laura,
radical
Lynn,
people.
Tyler,
In
and
his group,
others
he had the
while I
most
sat
radical.
my cold, freezing self in Danny Boucher's, one of the Wellington Street regulars' tent, and whatever other warm spots near some hot food and chat I could find warming my little cold ass up, cheering and keeping in touch with Andy Lee, our girl on the ground there. I've noticed a few of y'all's asses, flags, bullhorns, voices and signs are still out on Wellington Daily, and many of y'all still sitting around reliving it like it's some kind of glory days highlight reel. You know, to keep telling Canada and the world, remember that, remember us, what we all did, remember how we showed 'em, remember how we stood up to 'em and got beaten down violently for that? Well, guess what, fam? That was 3 damn years ago, and what you gotta show for it since? Crickets. Nada. Zilch, let's just say not all what you all. We and Canada should or could have gotten out of or by and through our big standing up to M. I'll explain what I mean as I go on in this, and you'll see it too. Because Canadians are far from the morons or uneducated fringe that the dot governments and the Crown's minions and media still think. And now, even 3 years later, still with a assed grasp at holding on to power vengeance, are still in almost all they say and do, are still even today. 3 years later, still trying to portray and say you. And we all are. Yup, you. We. Y'all flexed hard 3 years ago, but then more of us than what should just went back to sipping maple syrup and saying sorry to the same clowns who keep you locked in chains. Pathetic. Let's break this down, 'cause I ain't here to coddle you. That convoy? It was a spark, a middle finger to the system, and I respect the hustle. But it didn't change the game, did it? Why? 'Cause y'all still bowing to a system built on some old-ass divine right bullshit. Divine right, like God Almighty came down and said, yo, King Chuck and his fancy hat get to run your lives forever. Newsflash, that crown ain't divine, it's a damn leash, and you've been trained like good little pups to wag your tails and take it. You got no say, Canada. Don't even front like you do. You elect a couple MPs, maybe a mayor or two, and that's where it ends. Judges? Nope. Senators? Hell nah. Top cops, prosecutors, doctors, teachers, not even your damn garbage man or dog catcher. You don't pick 'em, you don't control 'em, you just sit there and take whatever they dish out. Meanwhile, down here in the States, we voting for everything. Sheriffs, judges, school boards, you name it. We ain't perfect, but at least we got a grip on the wheel. You riding passenger in a car you don't even own, and you got the nerve to look down your nose at us? That's the real scam, fam. For 300 years, 3 centuries, those crown-kissing minions been running. A straight-up psyop on you. Schools, media, them smug-ass intellectual elites with their tweed jackets and teacups, they've been brainwashing you to think your system's better, that you're superior, that America's just a loud, messy dumpster fire while you sittin' pretty in your polite little kingdom. Bullshit. They got you so gassed up on that we're nicer, we're smarter propaganda that you don't even see the bars on your cage. It's a con. Canada, a long con to keep you docile, subdued, and under control, while they sip champagne in Rideau Hall and laugh at how easy it is to play you. And here's the kicker. You bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. You really out here thinking your divine right clown show is hotter than our messy, loud, individual rights chaos. You've been hypnotized, fam. Convinced that freedom's overrated, that it's better to let some unelected aristocrats and their cronies run your life than to stand up and demand what's yours. That convoy? That was you peeking through the curtain, seeing the truth for a hot minute, but then you let 'em pull it shut again. Shame on you. Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't saying you gotta ditch your history, burn your parliament, and beg to be the 51st state. Nah, You can keep your poutine and your hockey and your red coat vibes, but it's time to tweak this shit. You don't need a revolution, you need some damn sense. Give yourselves real elections, not just for MPs, but for the judges, the senators, the cops, the people who actually run your life. Demand rights that mean something, not just pretty words on paper while the crown's boot stays on your neck. Take the power back, not to tear it all down, but to make it work for you, 'cause right now, it ain't governing you, it's ruling you, and there's a big damn difference. So wake up, Canada. Stop glorifying a protest you ain't built on. Stop kissing a crown that don't give a damn about you. You showed the world you got fight in you, now use it. Quit acting like subjects and start acting like citizens. 'Cause if you don't, you ain't just letting yourselves down, you letting that convoy down too. And that, fam, would be the real crime. Peace. And remember this, and remember it well as I leave you all for a hot min this morning. Freedom Convoy of 2022 wasn't just a moment. It was a wake-up call, a raw shout from Canadians who'd had enough of overreach and empty promises. It showed the world what happens when people stand together, not just against something, but for something bigger. Their dignity, their voice, their future. And now, as we sit here on March 17, 2025, with the echoes of that courage still ringing, it's time to turn that energy into action that lasts. To those who stood on those icy Ottawa streets, who honked horns and waved flags, I say this: demand more from your MPs. Push them to go the full distance, not with half measures or polite nods, but with a fierce resolve to deliver an elected Senate and rights that stand as tall and unshakable as those of our American and French kin. You've got the spark. Now light the fire. Organize again. Rise up with a national referendum led by fearless souls like Andy Lee, Tamara Litch, or Michelle Ferry, someone with the guts to demand what's truly needed. I'll be right there with you, shoulder to shoulder, a hell of a lot more than I've been before, if you take this chance to make sure the stifling grip of 3 years ago never chokes this nation again. This isn't just a fight. It's our legacy, and it's worth every ounce of hope we've got. And to every one of you out there, those who stood, who still stand, I see you. My heart's with you, beating for this country we all love so damn much. Keep fighting, keep believing, because you're not alone in this. À la prochaine, till next time, loves, all of you, Amy. And to every one of you out there, those who stood, who still stand, I see you. My heart's with you, beating for this country we all love so damn much. Keep fighting, keep believing, because you're not alone in this. À la prochaine, till next time, loves, all of you, sincerely straight from the heart and straight up out of me to you. Subscribe and keep tuned to hear and learn more, Amy. WDBG Windsor Detroit Broadcast Group and VNA, Voices of North America Media and Press Guild Group out. And I suggest you play and watch this video again so the truth will finally set right and sink right the fuck in. That's it. That's all, Any out. Loves you all, my friends. Till next time. À la prochaine, Amy out.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, big in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, big in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, big in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, big in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, big in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Woo.